and welcome to this video. Right, time to announce the results of the Terrain Square Circle Competition 2016. So a huge thank you first of all to all the participants into the competition. The competition was basically designed to inspire people to make pieces of terrain, because I think it's a fantastic side of the hobby, and I think it's something that a lot of people tend to miss out on. And I did have some people making their first ever pieces of terrain for this competition, so I really hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope it's inspired you maybe to continue to make other pieces of terrain in the future as well. So yeah, I mean, obviously this is the third year that I have run this competition, and I will be running it again next year. So if you've sort of and ahed about entering and you weren't quite sure, then please feel free to enter next year, because I've got a great idea for next year, another twist for it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and as I said, the whole idea of the competition really is for fun. So yeah, I've got a list. I had 19 entries in total, finished pieces, and I just wanted to give a little special thanks to a few people who didn't actually make it into the final entries. So that was to Jeff from AH Tabletop. Thank you, Jeff, for your message informing me that you just haven't quite got time to finish it, the piece. But thank you very much for entering, as always. To Al Wood, who's been a huge supporter on the Get It Painted page, on all the challenges and on the Terrain Square competition. He's been making his piece, but again, he's just not quite had enough time to finish it. So hope you do finish it out, because it is looking good, your piece, and I would like to see it finished. Next to Craig from Terrain Direct, who never said he would enter the competition, but he was still making a piece to run alongside the competition, so thank you, Craig, for that. Last year's Terrain Square champion, Craig was, so yeah, it's definitely worth having a check out on Craig's channel. He's got a fantastic idea this year for his terrain piece, which he will be getting obviously videos up on. Excuse me if I cough a bit, I've still got a bit of a cough from when I was ill. And then Modelling Looney, who again has just run out of time to enter. He was the champion for the first year and runner-up last year, and his piece that he's making looks absolutely awesome. I've been seeing pictures of it on his Facebook page, but again, he messaged me to say he just hasn't had enough time. So that's a shame, because that definitely would have been up in the listings as such. A special thank you to Kiblams, and also Candy Art Studio, who completed a piece but wasn't able to enter it into the competition due to the base, basically. As obviously the whole idea of the competition this year was no corners or straight edges, and they were unable to comply. So sorry about that, but I did love your pieces. Then we have a special note to Cool Skin, who made a comeback to YouTube after a hiatus, specifically using the Terrain Square competition to make a comeback. So welcome back, Cool Skin, missed you, and keep the videos coming. Okay, so that's the special notes there. One last thing, which is to Paul from Inside Out Terrain, who not only is sponsoring the competition, second prize, he also made a fantastic piece of terrain running alongside the competition. Truly inspirational stuff. The terrain he makes is just absolutely awesome. I know Ace Face has just got his new lava terrain for his board. That looks awesome as well. So definitely, if you haven't done so already, please go over to the Inside Out Terrain's Facebook page and give Paul a like on that page. I know he would appreciate it. It's well worth being there. Lots of inspirational stuff, and he does commission work, not just for terrain actually, but he also does commission work for models as well, and he is an awesome painter. So go and check that out, and a huge thank you to Paul for A, sponsoring the competition, and B, for making a piece running alongside the competition. So much appreciated, and thank you. Okay, so I'm going to get a cup of coffee here. And I have to say, I was judging the competition, and I went through more than one cup of coffee because it was tough. It always is, but it's always good fun. And when I say judging the competition, I don't mean judging from like the best pieces. I don't know if I can explain this properly or correctly. It's just the way I do the competition. I don't judge the competition on what pieces are the best. You know, what I judge the competition is basically what I like, what pulls on my heartstrings, what just instincts really of the pieces that I like. So I don't mean to offend anyone at all. As I said, the whole idea of this competition is for fun, to get you making terrain, and I hope you've all enjoyed it, and there's no disrespect to anyone who's obviously not made it into the top pieces. So yeah, I had to narrow it down. As I said, I had 19 pieces, and I narrowed it down to a top 10, and then I narrowed it down to a top 6, then a top 3, and then I picked my first, second and third place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the 4 people that made it into the top 10, which I think they deserve a special mention. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go from 10th place to 1st place, and just have a quick chat about the pieces, etc. Now, obviously, I do have that playlist on my homepage, so if you want to go check out any of these pieces that I'm talking about, not just the top 10 pieces, but all of the pieces, all of the channels in there, then please go and check out that playlist. Not only just check out the entries, but also give everyone a sub in there as well, because that would be awesome. I mean, you know, that's what it's all about, is sharing and caring. So anyway, without further ado, top 10. So in 10th place, I've got my little pieces of paper which I used to judge on, so I'm going to go from these. In 10th place was Mini Warzone Pete. Now he did a derelict water refinery, and it was his first ever piece of terrain. So thank you, Pete, for basically taking the plunge and entering the competition. I think you did a fantastic job of your piece. I really like the way you used negative space on your piece. Should have had obviously your circle, and you had this like building made from like an foam insert, like from a box thing. But as opposed to plonking it in the middle of the board, you put it to one side, and you had this lovely negative space with the tube coming out with the water dripping down. I thought that was great use of the space, and I think it's a very playable piece of terrain as well. I like the fact that you can go like one side of the wall, and then you can go the other side of the wall into the building and stuff, or onto the building. So well done. I thought it was an excellent attempt. For the first piece of terrain, really, really awesome. You should definitely keep it up, and maybe even make a whole board from the inspiration from that first piece of terrain. That'd be awesome to see. So well done to Pete from Mini Warzone. Next, hold on, these muddled up, that's 8th place, right, here we go. So in 9th place, we had Beware of the Phil. Phil did a Nurgle's World, made from pretty much nothing, with these little polystyrene boards, and he Nurgled up this circle. Looks amazing, really nicely painted. It's got lots of little quirky, disgusting, chaos, nurgly details on it. I think they did a really great job of that piece from the materials that you had as well. So yeah, well done, Phil. Awesome piece, and congratulations on getting into the top 10, because that's a good feat. Okay, so next we have 8th place, and that is Mr. Nero Flame, who made he called it the checkpoint, which is basically a circular piece. Had a road section on there. Excuse me. Some like barricades and some barrels, and just like a derelict city theme to it. And it's also interchangeable, which is very nice. So you can take a few bits off and change the piece of terrain. and I think it looks really awesome. It's very nicely painted, very realistic, and I think it'll make a really great piece of terrain to play on. I can see, you know, the men sort of walking through the pieces of terrain. So really great job. So well done for that piece. Thank you so much for entering. Okay, I'm going to go into 7th place. So in 7th place was Essex Boys. Now Essex Boys, he didn't quite 100% complete his piece of terrain. I have to say, if you had completed it, I think it would be placed higher, but I think he still did an awesome job. The concept of the terrain is fantastic. I absolutely loved it. So much detail. It was an orc like teleport construct thing, and he had this massive. It looked like a laser to me, like a James Bond laser, like a big thing with a thing coming into like a clawed section. Funny enough, I just watched an episode of Star Trek where the crew of the Enterprise were abducted by these aliens, and they were being experimented on, and they were on this like table with this like knife thing coming down. It looked just like your piece of terrain. Anyway, that's just a side note. But no, I did really love it. And as I said, if you'd been able to get the time to put all of the details on that you wanted to, I think it would have been placed higher. But it was still an awesome job, and I look forward to actually seeing the piece fully finished when you get to it. So please make another video once it's totally done for me, because that would be awesome to see. So go and check it out, everyone. Essex Boys, great channel, great guy. Okay, so we now come into the top 6, and this was really tough. I mean, the top 6 is absolutely amazing pieces. It was hard enough getting 10 to 6. Going from 6 to 3 was just very, very difficult. But it's a job that I had to do. So I've got them here in order. I made some decisions, some tough decisions to be fair. But yeah, 6th place was Gordys Lair. And he did a shrouded webway portal, a floating shrouded webway portal, which I call a cloaked portal. Yeah, it's brilliant. It was like floating on a disc, a clear plastic disc, and he'd painted on a nebula. Excuse me, and then he cast this see-through portal. Painted up, edge highlighted it and stuff. Made a little stand. You can even put a light LED in it and illuminated it. When illuminated, looks absolutely fantastic. It was a really awesome piece. Fairly simple. Obviously, you still had to put the work into it, but it was quite a simple piece. But it was just amazing. And you know, the casting of it using that clear plastic. And then to the nebula, he said it was a quick paint job, but the nebula looked awesome on it as well. So well done, Gordys Lair. Fantastic job, 6th place, well deserved. Thank you so much for entering. So that was 6th place. Now going to move into 5th place. And 5th place was Commissar Gamza. Yes, Commissar Gamza. He did an amazing trash terrain piece of like a Terminator Lab. At least that's how I'm describing it. He had this Necron from the Ghost Ark mounted on this clip, with wires coming out of it, inside a jar filled up with liquid. It was illuminated from the top. And he had this like little laboratory section. He even did an arm from like the Judgment Day, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, like an arm in a little canister on the desk, with a cup of coffee and a data pad and everything. It was really, really awesome piece of terrain. And as I said, as part of his Trash Train series of videos, we've got loads and loads of videos on his channel where he's demonstrating how to make good pieces of terrain from basically rubbish, from trash. This piece that he made was by no means trash. It was an awesome piece of terrain. I really love the theme and the story behind it, and I can definitely see it being a centerpiece for any table, really. So really great piece. Well done, Gordys Gamza. Thank you so much for entering. Check his channel out if you haven't already. Go check out those trash terrain videos because they are awesome. So yeah, 5th place. Congratulations on that. Okay. So now we're moving into 4th place, and 4th place very, very nearly made it into the top 3. But the competition was very, very stiff. But in 4th place, if I can stop coughing, is Believe Sailing. And I Believe Sailing, he did something totally different, which may be why I loved it so much. But he did a diorama, and it was a scene of Godzilla coming out of the water, crashing through the barricades. There's all the houses and stuff, and there's some tanks in there. And he made it all out of like balsa wood. And not only that, he put it into, I think, I can only describe this like a plant pot, like a bowl almost. So it was like a scene you could just have on your table, and it just looks absolutely epic. And I think the Godzilla side of it really pulled on my childhood heartstrings. I really loved the piece, very imaginative, very well executed, and I think just a really, really great job. So well done on that. As I said, very, very nearly made it into the top 3, but the competition was just so stiff. But I really, really loved your piece, so well done, and thank you so much for entering. Yeah, well done. So that's 4th place, so we are now in to our top 3, which, I'm going to have a quick cup of coffee. So top 3, any one of these 3 people here could have won. Literally, it was that close. Going from 6 to 3 was very, very tough. Choosing the 1st, 2nd and 3rd place was even tougher. I watched the videos over and over again. I was by myself this time. Last year I had my son helping me judge. This time I did it all by myself. But I had to make some decisions. I made some decisions, and it's quite a critical decision, this, the top 3, because I only have prizes for 1st and 2nd place. So the 3rd spot it's a great spot to be in, but there is no prize for it. So it was tough. So tough that I'm actually going to give a little prize to the 3rd place person, because I think they did such a grand job. They do deserve something. It's not going to be huge, but it will be just a little something from me. So without further ado, let's see who is in 3rd place. It is Spongehammer. Spongehammer, yes, with his what I can describe as a bridge scene. Well done, Spongehammer. I know you got 3rd place on the 1st Terrain Square competition. Again, 3rd place with no prize. So this time, another reason why I wanted to give you a little prize, because you know. But as I said, the competition was just so tough that I wasn't able to place you any higher. But 3rd place, and I will send you a little prize. But yeah, your piece, I absolutely loved it. So much detail. Forgive me if I get the names wrong, because it was like a fantasy-based piece. But you had, I think it's the High Elves on like the top section, like on the land work. You even have one of the flying, whatever it's called, griffin things coming down, some buildings. Fantastic last-minute change, because you had that tall building on the, well, when you're looking at it from the videos, on the right-hand side. And first of all, you had it on the left-hand side, but putting it to the right-hand side made such a big difference, because the guy on the dragon thing, whatever it is, was the stick that you were using to have him in the air was hidden from the tower. So that was a great change. Then of course you had the bridge, and this all scratch build as well. He cast his own pathway. He did a tutorial video on that. Scratch built a bridge. You had this big, I'm not quite sure what it is, beast man thing on the bridge coming forward, getting ready to fight. And then you put so many little bits of detail on there. We had this Skaven model underneath the bridge, like hanging upside down. This cape, like hanging upside down. It's like got that in there. Got a little cannon with a little rat in, and they did some water effects. Water effects without water effects. So he made the water from like plaster Paris stuff. And his first attempt ever doing water came out fantastic. I think overall a really great job, a really good piece. I think you should be very proud of it, and I was very pleased to hear that you weren't going to dismantle it afterwards. You could actually keep it in your new hobby shed when you get that up and running. And I think it's a great idea and you should be very proud of it. So well done, 3rd place, that is awesome. I will be in contact with you to get your address, just to send you a little something. So that is 3rd place. We now come into the top 2. And in second, the second place prize is the voucher from Inside Out Terrain, which is to the value of £40. Now, bearing in mind that if you're not in the UK, you have to take into account obviously things like postage. So you can discuss that with Paul from Inside Out Terrain. You know, whether he does a piece for £40 and then you pay the postage, or whether he does a piece for less and then he includes the postage in the piece. You know, you can discuss that with him. That brings me on to the fact that yes, the winner of second prize is not in the UK. And the winner of second place is Fear the Alien. Fear the Alien. Wow, what an amazing piece. It's a skull temple. You must check it out. It's a fantastic piece of terrain. Really awesome. Excuse me. Totally scratch built. He's sculpted out stuff. I think what I want you to do is go and watch the video because it's just amazing. But he basically made this like section out of a empty CD case. He cast some circular sections and then he sculpted them out, and then he recast the sculpt and he made some skulls and little green stuff skulls, and he made it interchangeable, so he's got lots of multi-layers to it. And his showcase video is awesome. He's got smoke coming out of it and everything as well, and it really truly is a masterpiece. It's a fantastic piece of terrain. Really loved it. And not the first time he's made a fantastic piece of terrain for the competition, because he did this outside barbecue beer fun thing last time, which is like a Wild West thing with a tarantula in and stuff. So he really is a great terrain maker, and well deserved second place. So congratulations to Fear the Alien for second place. I'll be contacting you soon to put you in touch with Inside Out Terrain so you can organise your prize. So well done. So that was second place, and I am going to drag this out a bit more and have another cup of coffee because my throat is just so dry where I've been ill. So first place, drum roll please. That's a rubbish drum roll. Okay, so in first place we have Tattoo for You, Richard. Yes, Tattoo for You. Congratulations, my friend. First place, a well-deserved first place as well. He did an Alpha Base Zero. It's an amazing piece. I have to say, it came out totally different to how I thought it was going to be from his entry videos, and to be honest, I think it came out different to how he thought it was going to be. But it was an amazing piece. The detailing is just awesome. He did like expanded foam area, well, all over it. I have to admit, when he put the expanded foam on there, I thought, oh my god, what is going on? But I tell you what, man, you pulled that off. After it was painted up, it just looked really fantastic, and the details is what won it over for me. The little staircase that you've got on there, the landing pad looks awesome. You know, with your models on the showcase video, and you were flying around the little towel drones and stuff around the piece. I could just visualise it in real life. It was awesome, and I loved the side section on there where you had the side panel which came off, and then you had like a window so you could see inside the piece of terrain. The top came off, loads and loads of details. At 2 levels inside the piece of terrain with like a lift, and there's Captain Kirk's chair in there. Well, I'm calling it Captain Kirk's chair. We had a little chair in there, so little panels on the walls and stuff, and it really was just an awesome, fantastic piece. And I think it was well deserved as the winner. Really loved it, and congratulations. So you are the winner, and that means that you've won a £60 prize from myself. So I'll email you, we'll have a little chat, but I'm going to obviously purchase something to that value. I'm going to post it out to you. So well done, congratulations. Well done to everyone, like I said, who entered. Go and check out all the videos. Shoot, mate. Go and check out all the videos, like I said, and give everyone a sub for us that's entered. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. It's been a blast having this competition. Really enjoyed it, as always. Just the imagination of you guys is just absolutely awesome. I also really enjoyed making my pieces of terrain alongside the competition as well. So all in all, just a great result, and I can't wait for next year, and another new twist. It's gonna be awesome. Thanks for watching.